Hazel isn't just a unique city in itself, but it's also home to some very unique businesses, and in some cases, the homes are attached to them. I'm here with Angela Rowlett, the owner of Angelique's Antiques in your loft here. Yes. Angela, thank you for having us here.
Oh, my pleasure.
You're getting to live a passion that you had at a very young age.
Yes, I certainly am. I always loved antiques. Would come down to Hazel about every Sunday while I was in high school, maybe even middle school. Always wanted to have a store, and I just happened to get lucky with a store that had an upstairs, so get to live here now.
Well, it's a really cool place, and you were able to, in your undergraduate and graduate degree, really kind of put that together with this?
Yeah, I always loved interior design, got my undergrad in that, and then went ahead and got my master's in that and emphasized in historic preservation. So, yep, put my passion to work.
And you've had the store for 5 years. Talk about what you've done here with Angelique's Antiques.
Well, for the first, I guess it was 3 years, it was just the store. Always dreamt about doing the loft. My mom runs the store for me, and I worked in Frankfurt at the time and was doing interior design there and really wanted to get back to Murray area. And the opportunity opened up, came back home. Started working on the loft in June of 2010 and moved in by November of 2010. So it was a lot of hard work for my dad. He did the bulk of the work with a friend, but got in.
And you were already buying furniture when you were in high school that's already here?
Yes, my parents were very gracious and let me store a lot of things in the horse barn and in their house. So I was pretty well furnished when I went off to college.
Now, when you bought the store, Angela, were there already things there, or did you build the inventory from there?
No, it was pretty much us building the inventory. Another store let us consign some of their things, Miss Martha and Bill Price. They let us put some stuff in, but we built it pretty quick.
Now, how frequently do you have to go restock, and how do you do that to find stuff from
the
store?
Well, since this is not my main job, I really don't do it as frequently as I should, but sometimes people come in off the street and want to sell some of their things, so we do that, and then occasionally we'll take some buying trips and go to some auctions.
What's life like down here? You know, Hazel's kind of, its footprint, its marquee is antiques. What's it like down here now?
It's a lot of fun. You know, I've known a lot of these people for years, the shop owners, so that's a fun aspect. But when I get into my loft, I don't feel like I'm in a small town. You know, I could dream that I'm in New York or downtown Chicago in this place. But I like the small town feel. I like that everybody seems to know everyone down here. Sure. So I really enjoy it.
Well, that's a great segue, because this place is awesome. I love this loft, and you don't feel like you're in Hazel.
Nope, not at all.
Let's tour around. What do you say?
All right, that sounds great.
Great.
This is probably my favorite piece. I found that in an auction for a great price. Found a really funky fabric that's not Victorian at all to go with the piece, and
so you refinished this?
Yeah. Well, I didn't refinish it, but I had somebody reupholster it with just a fun fabric. This is my master bedroom, and this is probably my favorite piece in here. It's an old, I think it came out of a shoe warehouse. Wow. So it ended up being a great display for my cigar boxes.
These doors here, or have you added these doors?
No, the doors and the walls were not here, so everything up here was pretty much from scratch. Gotcha. Well, I did the floor plan, and my dad and a couple helpers followed that, and then every door in this place is old. I have a collection of doors, kind of like purses and shoes. I like to collect doors.
Well, they're cool. They have character, and you know they bring back a memory of something, you know.
This is a fun little collection.
Now, this is, in particular, Angela, this must be
this is an artist
obviously.
Whose name is Cherry Holda, and my mom bought me this painting probably 10 years ago for Christmas one time, and then I just fell in love with them, and when I'd see them at antique stores, I just started buying them, and friends have started buying them.
I think, you know, a lot of these pieces are so unique, but one of the things I think is really cool about it is you've been able to put some things in here that are specific to your family.
Yes.
Particularly this
the church pew. I'm not sure of the name of the church, but that was my great-grandmother's church. It came out of a primitive Baptist church, and some friends of mine next door at Blue Moon Antiques, they'd been using them in their Methodist church while they were going under renovations, and they offered the pew to me, so I was very happy to get it.
Well, this is really so nice and open, you know, when people socialize they migrate here. This has
Yeah.
got to be a great hangout for people to entertain.
When we have friends over, we always end up at the dining table. And I always say, do you all want to move somewhere more comfortable to the sofas? And we still end up sitting there for the most part. But it's really nice.
Into a yellow theme in here too.
We have, and it all started with the subway bench, which, if the story is correct, came out of the Murray State subway when it was still there in the Curris Center. And a friend of the family had it and said, you know, I was going to use it, but I ended up not. Would you like it? And I said, yes. So I always knew what I wanted to do with it, but I wasn't sure how I was going to get it to tie in with my furniture. So luckily, I just started finding yellow pieces. Nothing, I didn't have to paint anything, I just found them that way. So that helped tie in the subway bench. And then a funny story about the pantry, my uncle was helping me at the time, and he said, you know that those doors are not the same, they're different, right? And I said, yeah, that's what I love about it. I didn't want them to match.
Well, Angela, thank you for letting us come tour your place.